Good afternoon, guys, and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, pardon my hair. It is currently a mess because I had my scarf, not my scarf, I had my what's it called, my earmuffs on, and I was wearing a scarf because it was cold outside today, guys, and we went to the soccer game for the varsity boys playoff game, which they won sectionals, which was awesome. It was such a good game. I have never watched like an official soccer game like live. I've watched like the World Cup. I think I watched literally all of the Women's World Cup last year because it was on normally like while I was babysitting, so like we'd wind up doing something and I kind of put it on in the background or whatever, and so I was watching that because were they in London or something like that? I don't remember, but I just know that it was on like during the day while I was babysitting. And so yeah, it was, like I said, really cool today that we got to go and see that, because again, I've never seen like live an actual like soccer game and something as official as, you know, an actual, you know, like playoff game too. So they have won, I think they played either 2 games, maybe 2 or 3 games or something like that already, and they had played, I think, like once earlier last week, and then on Friday of last week or something like that, or maybe twice, like earlier last week and then on Friday or something like that. But my dad was actually talking to the coach. Be out there sometimes like the same time as the football, and so my dad was like talking to the head coach, which I think is actually, there was one time they like have like an organized like men's league, I guess, I think, or something like that. I just remember there was a few times when we were coaching youth football that they ended up like sharing the field sort of with us or whatever, and so it was like an organized like men's league, I think, soccer, and I thought he was in charge of it too, because I remember like him coming over and like introducing himself and stuff like that, because they had like, it was like half field game sort of thing, not like full games. They only used like half of like the turf field at the high school, and so then that was the first week, like they ended up having both games scheduled at the same time, whereas we had like a half hour left of practice or something like that. So then after that they were just doing one on the opposite side of the field so that we could still practice on like the other side. But I think that's where my dad met him originally, and then when he started coaching like through the high school, he's like gotten to know him kind of well, and so he's like, I really want to go and like support, you know, another, you know, sport in the, what's it called, you know, another sport through high school. And so we ended up going to that today. The thing was that it was supposed to be like, originally it was supposed to be me and my dad and Jack, and then and also too, then my dad said that he asked one of his friends who his son played football with Matthew and volleyball and stuff like that, and that we've known for like a few years. He asked him if he wanted to go to the soccer game with us, and he was like, yeah, sure. And then it ended up being where Jack and Matthew actually ended up having a doctor's appointment today, and so they ended up going to that, and I was like, oh, well, like if you guys are back, you know, before the game starts, like you and Jack can both come with, like Matthew and Jack can both come with. And then Matthew's like, no, I have homework I have to do, and then Jack didn't get home in time, which we actually literally, that we were going to wait for him to get home and then find out if he wanted to come with, because they ended up leaving right from school. Like my mom went to go pick Jack up, and then they ended up leaving right away to go to it, because I think it was at like 3:20 or something like that. But then it was only like a 15-minute appointment, and they ended up all coming back. We saw them passing while we were going to the game, and then my dad's friend ended up actually letting him know that he wasn't going to be able to go to the game either. So then it ended up being just me and my dad ended up going. But like I said, it was really fun. It was really cool. They actually ended up winning 2-0, which is also really cool. It's just really fun and entertaining to watch, like, you know, especially at like, I feel like, you know, not an elite level, but as varsity, and it was also you know, a playoff game, so they were two really, you know, good competitive teams that were playing each other. So that's why I thought it was just a really good game, a competitive way, instead of just, you know, either one team just dominating the other or something like that. You know, so it was really fun to watch. But we ended up going to that, guys. And the problem was that the game was at, I think it started at 4:30 or something like that, I think. And the problem was, guys, I told you guys, I need to, and it's not a problem with going to bed early, it is a problem with waking up, guys. I just have not been able to, for some reason, wake up. Like today, I woke up at 8 o'clock and I was like, okay, I could get up right now, like, you know, and all this stuff. And then I ended up just being like, you know what, I fell back asleep. I didn't end up waking up until sometime around like 11:30, I think, or something like that, or 11 o'clock, which really stunk because then, like I said, we ended up leaving for the game at 4 o'clock. And so, you know, there was just this like, you know, I didn't have much time in my day to really get anything done. And now I feel like, you know, we were gone for, you know, a few hours to go and watch that. And now, you know, it's, you know, 11 o'clock at night and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to bed and, you know, get ready for, you know, bed and take my shower and everything like that. And I'm like, hey, but you know what? I barely had any hours in the day, like, to do anything, like, hardly at all. I got my sales papers today. I was like, oh, let's start making my grocery list. Like, let's start doing this and that and everything. And I was just like, honestly, like, I don't have enough time to get any of this stuff done that I had planned on getting done for today. And then too, I was like, you know what? I'll clean the bathroom. But I knew that I wasn't going to clean the shower because I'd actually layered up a few layers when I woke up this morning, just because, like, you know, I was obviously gonna layer up when we ended up going to the game. I ended up wearing like 2 shirts underneath my like sweater, which weren't super thick, but I was like, I'm probably not gonna wash the shower just because normally I like either put a t-shirt on or roll my sleeves up or something like that. I didn't want to get them all wet, and especially if we were going to go to the game soon, I wasn't going to have enough time to dry off. And this is what I was planning on wearing to the game so I could, you know, stay warm, which I was very warm for the game, guys. Like I said, it's actually supposed to snow tomorrow and Thursday, and then the soccer team plays again on Saturday, so we're probably going to go to that too, maybe. And see if Matthew and Jack also want to go. Back to the bathroom, cleaning the bathroom today. I was like, okay, I'll clean everything else. You know, I'll clean the mirror, the windows, you know, do the sink, the toilet, clean the floors, you know, do the dusting kind of stuff in the bathroom I normally do. And I'll save the shower for tomorrow. Because even if I do end up cleaning the kitchen tomorrow, if I have to just clean just the shower tomorrow and the kitchen, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And so that's what my plan was originally. And then all of a sudden, it rolled around. I was like literally having my breakfast still practically, it felt like. And then my dad ended up getting home at like 3:30. And I was like, how did, like, I still ended up losing like another like hour to, I don't even know, just trying to finish my breakfast. And then, yeah, guys, I seriously like felt like I didn't end up getting to anything today. And I feel like it's a huge problem because of like waking up. And again, I'm going to bed early. I feel like that's one of the big problems. Like, I will be in bed by 11 o'clock or midnight or something like that. But I'm literally not waking up until, like, regardless of what time I'm going to bed. And sometimes, too, though, I will lay in bed and I can't fall asleep. Just because of, like, how many hours of sleep I'm getting. So, like, obviously then, like, if I'm in bed by 11 o'clock or midnight, I'm not tired until almost 1 or 2. And then, you know, I'm like, oh, well then, you know, I can sleep in until noon because I went to bed kind of late. But I didn't really, and, you know, like, still, like, that's not, you know, I just end up sleeping for that long, which really stinks. And like I said, I really feel like it's kind of throwing me off right now because of the things I want to get done and the stuff I want to get done. And like I said, not being able to wake up early is a problem. So I feel like I need to get myself back on track. And I feel like it's not too hard, but again, it's not, the only problem is it doesn't seem like it's the fact that I'm not going to bed early. It's more, and you know, like, oh, I'll just, you know, since I'm waking up at noon anyway, I'll stay up until 4 in the morning. Like, you know, it's more of like, I'm going to bed early, but I still can't get myself up any earlier. Which I feel like it happened the same time last year too, where, you know, it was like that October, November time. I just literally like kept sleeping in, and it was kind of the same thing. Like, I feel like that's how it started off, 11, 12 o'clock at night, but I wouldn't wind up getting up until super late in the morning, you know, and stuff like that, which really stunk. So, but anyways, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.